Welcome to Python in a Nutshell, a series that teaches you useful and important parts of Python in short, easy to understand videos. In this episode, we'll be looking at Python's decorator functions. Here is a simple example of a decorator. What this decorator does is adds 1 to the result of the function it decorates. As you can see here, we're calling add1 with 10 and we get the result of 11. The way we've done this is by decorating our add1 function with simple decorator. This replaces this function with one returned by the decorator. In this instance, we've defined this wrapper function, which calls our original function and adds 1 to it. Functools.wraps makes sure that the function retains relevant metadata, for example, docstrings and typing, but it's not actually relevant to creating a decorator. It will work without, it will just be less useful for documentation. Next, let's look at how to pass arguments into a decorator. For this, we'll have to go another layer deep with functions. In this instance, we're taking number into the argument decorator, which gets called here. Then we're defining the actual decorator within. This is exactly the same as the simple decorator, except we're adding this number rather than 10. As you can see, when we call add 10 with the number 10, we get 20. Next, we'll look at async decorators. Async decorators are essentially the same as synchronous decorators, but they can be used on asynchronous functions. In this instance, we're calling a function after waiting 2 seconds. The other difference here is that we're using args and quargs. This means that you can pass anything into the decorated function, which will then be passed into the original function. This is because for this function we don't care about the specific inputs, all we want to do is sleep before executing it. We use it here on an async function in exactly the same way as we would any other function. This, when it's finished, prints done at and the current time. We'll print started at and the current time before doing it, and then run the function with async.io's run. If we run this, we should see that it says the started time, and 2 seconds later says the time at which it was done. Finally, we'll look at class decorators. Class decorators allow you to, in the same way as you'd replace a function, replace a class. In this instance, we take in the class and then subclass it with sayHello. We then return sayHello. What sayHello does is it defines a method on the class called hello, which just prints hello. When we decorate myEmptyClass, which has no methods or attributes, with this class decorator, we're then able to use hello on this class. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and subscribe for more In a Nutshell videos about useful and important Python topics.